What we should be teaching kids is how to interact with the world. You know, we can't just know the things we already know. We have to keep adding on to what it is we understand. And we only do that when we step out of where we are into another place.
Well, adventure education is a hands-on doing where kids actually get out into the world and learn a skill that's very different than just being in the classroom all the time.
If we think about it literally, it's someone rappelling off the side of a cliff or someone hiking in a trail that hasn't really been, cleared for them. And that's clearly an adventure for the students. But those principles that we learn and grow from by doing those things are captured in our classrooms too, on other trips that aren't in the wilderness or in the woods, that are in urban settings. But it's taking the students out of their comfort zones, having them ask difficult questions about the environment that they're in and about themselves and their own perspectives, and through that really growing in ways that you can't find in traditional schools.
More and more schools are spending less time getting kids outside. They're not spending the time, the energy, and the resources to thinking that it has a big value. And the college school is kind of the antithesis to that. We are spending more time pushing outside. We are getting more kids engaged with the real world.
Adventure education is a curriculum in and of itself, in that students learn how to manage themselves in the natural environment, in the urban environment, and everywhere in between.
I think that the things that you learn are those intangibles of life, the leadership, the responsibility, the ability to do more than you thought you could do.
It's important to put kids in these experiences because in my history and in my experience, they've been transformational for the kids I've worked with.
Yeah, so like when they come back from their first overnight, their chest is a little bit higher. There's an air of confidence, a little bit of swagger that wasn't there before. As a parent, all through every year, I never missed a return from a camping trip because of the change that takes place, the noticeable, visceral, visual, confidence-boosting change.
It feels good to say, I know McCanda Bluff or I know Giant City, but of course you don't. What you know better is yourself.
One of the things I think the college school does so well across the spectrum from 3-year-olds to 8th grade is provide a myriad of adventure education experiences, not just a one-time trip that goes out rock climbing or a one-time trip that goes out on a hike, but it's scaffolded and it's built throughout the years. And then we're given a lot of freedom to run with those ideas and keep building the program and keep adding to what's already a wonderful breadth of programming that we offer, and it's continuing to grow every single year.
The focus of this particular moment, this particular evening, is the new bus. And the new bus reinforces that adventure ed part of the program, allows more students to go on more trips, takes us out of the building more often so we can really be immersed in that world around us.
It's a bus like this, we have 3 of them, that gets us out into the communities. It gets us out to be able to meet people. It gets us out to be able to climb mountains and to be on rivers and things like that.
And our buses just give us the freedom. It is that freedom to take your class and go where you think it would be best for them to learn, to get them out in the world in the way you think would promote their learning in the best possible way.
Our kids in first grade start an overnight, and that in itself is a unique thing. From first grade on, we have trips, and the buses are so important for those trips.
To be able to keep going to these places, these really incredible places where we take these school buses, we've got to have the best possible equipment. And so by donating towards a new school bus, that gives us access to the authentic experiences and the adventure education that sets us apart as college school.
Being exposed to many things when you're younger allows you to see things in a different light as you get older. It's knowing that you can do, and it doesn't matter whether you're outdoors or indoors. You can do so much more than you think you can do.